Anyone who ever joins a swim team is doing it for recreation to start. And I don't want, as the stakes get higher and swimmers are starting to move on to nationals and making finals or maybe being recruited for a scholarship, I don't want the fun perspective to ever, be lost. YMCA swimming is so unique, it's to put into words is even tough. Swimming as a whole teaches you for life. Your teammates are an aid, but at the end of the day, they're not going to get in and do the work for you. They're not going to swim for you. So it's a life lesson as far as I have to do X, Y, and Z to get to where I want to go. We're a very close group with very high expectations. And we work really hard, towards goals. We really celebrate the individual, but at the end of the day, it's a team structure and it's a team concept. There's respect amongst the athletes and there's accountability of the team concept and making sure everyone, all 20 of you in a practice group or 25 are improving together. I definitely I'm not of the school of where I decide the goals for the swimmers or the priorities for the swimmers. I kind of, based on what feedback they give me of where they want to be, that's when then I kind of kick in. And I let them know, well, if you want to get there, this is the roadmap as I see it. The most fun for me is really getting to know the individual and to knowing how bad that individual wants to go, where they're going to go, and seeing that pay off. For me, a lot of the fun too is just the progression. I want to push people to where they want to go. Swimming can be hard. You will always just be that only person in the lane, and all eyes will be on you. But it really helps if there's 30, guys or girls or co-ed or mixed that are rooting for you, and that are pushing for you to either touch out the guy next to you or go best time, or just be aware of what your times are. That's a big thing here, to know what events your teammates are good at, to not just be so individually focused. Our average training group is 25 to 30 kids. So those are the kids you're with every day, the athletes that you get to work with every day. That bond's formed, with that individual coach and with that group around you. So if that group always has maybe 5 goals that they collectively want to hit throughout the year, that's a good driving force. And with that, you have the individual goals. This sport is so technique-based. I really stress the quality when you're in the pool. Efficiency will beat strength in this sport, 9 times out of 10. A swimmer here, they will experience quality over quantity, and they'll experience a lot of instruction. I think the common mistake and what I really have tried to get away from is you have one technique that gets you through practice, and then when you go try to sprint 100 yards at a meet, it's a totally different technique, and it's different technique than your coach has seen Monday through Friday. You want to practice perfect technique all the time, and I think it's critical that that's what's brought to our sport. I view outside of the pool as the place to get into shape, or establish that major aerobic base. Swimming is so training intensive and can be so overbearing if you let it be. So I want this 2 hours, whenever they come to practice, I want our swimmers to know that they're going to have fun. They know they're definitely going to work hard, but they know, at some point they're going to laugh too. And there'll be times where, it's a little lighter, and there's going to be times for doing the hard work. It's been an incredible run the past few years. This was our best year overall as far as all the different championship meets. This year we went down to Short Course Nationals and we were in the top 20 with a group of mostly sophomore and freshmen, and I'm really proud of that. We've raised the bar to a high level, and that's now our expectation. And our younger swimmers got to see those successes, and the coaches really strive to make sure that's not something that intimidates them, that they have to live up to those shoes, but it's something that drives them. We had 165 swimmers on the team, and I can tell you, because I looked, every single one got a best time this year. You know, everyone hit some goal this year. So we saw the whole team rise and progress, which was great. It was really special for me to get to go to Olympic trials last year with one of our swimmers, Scott Marino. Having an athlete of that caliber is a big responsibility, and that's how I viewed it. He's a great example of that special things can happen in this building. Scott wanted to be very good, and Scott really worked at this craft. Right now we have 14 different communities represented on our team. There are a lot of swim teams in the area, and there's a lot of very good swim teams. Where we're different and we're drawing from this large area is we put that quality over quantity with our training, and we really highlight the fun. If teams go to meets, they'll always see FSBY kind of up, hooting and hollering. Even if it's not a major meet, not a state meet or a nationals, when we go to meets kind of anywhere, you know, there's a real, you can sense the team camaraderie. I don't let everyone just sit on the bleachers waiting for their next swim, you know. We're up and we're cheering. If we're winning a heat, we'll do a little cheer, you know, whether it's the first heat or the last heat. It's fun to win, and it's fun to win on any level. So when we go to meets, and if we win a heat or we win a relay heat, we kind of let people know because we cheer, you know, and we enjoy it. Our parent support is great. The support I get from my peers, the other directors at the Y, is great. I've noticed a trend in the past 3 years or so. A lot of Y staff that aren't even in aquatics will stop by our meets, and they'll come and check in on the kids to see how, you know, just how the team's doing. That gives everyone in the Y a bit of ownership in the success of our team, and I think that's important. I realized at very young in my coaching career, I was given an unbelievable team and an opportunity to keep the tradition going, and that's what drives me. I'm very conscious of the history of this team, and there's been a great history, but there's also been a very up and down history. There, you know, for every peak this team's had, there's been a few valleys, and I want to make sure we're always now on the way up. We work really hard, but we have a lot of fun doing it. And every day you're going to laugh when you're here. Some days you're going to work really hard, and you're going to push yourselves beyond limits, and that's all part of the process of getting faster. But I'm going to make sure you leave here with a smile, and I think that's the most important part of all.